Hi guys, I'm Shmi. Hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me today at Topaz Detailing in front of an absolutely epic lineup of cars. That's not all though, there are more things around and about, including upstairs, to take a look at. But I've popped in today for an update on the progress with my AMG G63. Now straight from picking up the car, I brought it here to Topaz Detailing to undergo a transformation with Topaz skin. It's being changed from the original obsidian black to a dual tone Shmi blue design. We're going to pop upstairs, take a look at that, catch up with Nabil as well from Topaz, who's going to give us more of an insight into the process behind Topaz skin and how it all works. So we'll take a quick look around because I think the cars here are rather special right now, and then we'll go see how the G63 is getting along. There are supercar lineups, and then there are Topaz detailing lineups, and the cars that they're currently working on are astonishing. They very kindly opened out of hours so I can bring you guys an update on the progress, but we're joined also with the likes of the Porsche Carrera GT, one of the greatest cars of all time. That thing is just fantastic to drive. We've got Lamborghini's super SUV, the Urus. Next to that, the McLaren P1 in Volcano Orange, and this is the hypercar corner right now, joined also by the Koenigsegg Agera RSN. Now this car has been for a few updates and it's back here to be refreshed with the PPF before being delivered again to the customer. I think we've seen it previously on the channel as well. Then we've got the Aston Martin DBS 59. These are really special 24 cars that were delivered to the owners on the start line at this year's 24 Hours of Le Mans, a car that pays tribute to the 1959 Aston Martin outright victory. Then we've got the Overfinch Range Rover before the McLaren Senna, black with all of the red accents, looking very, very menacing. Now if we just come round here, we've also got a Pagani Zonda, and that thing just looks stunning. 20 years old, but still looking every bit the part. We've also got two more McLarens, the 720 Spider and the 600 LT. I think there's an 812 Superfast tucked in as well. But this is quite a special place. So let's head upstairs where more cars await, including the G63. So let's go find Nabil and see how it's going. So what's going on up here?
Do you remember what this looked like before?
Yes, that was in the booth when I came last time.
This was black.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's a bespoke colour. Look at it. It looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it?
Fully Topaz skinned.
Yeah, totally. You wouldn't even know it's not original colour.
No. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I think you might have covered that a bit, but the FXXK Evo, Bugatti EB110, you got any shortage of nice cars around?
Just a little bit. La Ferrari Aperta as well.
Casual.
Actually, just being there.
So this is the moment at which I point out that at this particular second, I'm actually looking at the G63. Do you want to take a look, guys? Let's have a quick glimpse at what this is like. Wow. So normally, you shouldn't go in the spray booth. Exactly. We're going to do this very quickly.
I've also asked if you've got any perfume on, which you don't. So
yeah, fine. We're good for the moment. Have a look at this. The cerulean blue with the navy blue. Look at all of this. So at the moment it's midway through, it's not completed, and of course there are bits that need to be how would you describe it, stripped back and changes and things.
Flow coated, yeah, exactly.
Flow coated. But wow, this is so cool. The doors, the bumpers painted in the darker colour. So in the end we went for the blue Scotia for the darker colours, and of course for the lighter colours we paint matched them to the Ford Celestial blue.
Exactly.
This is incredible. Look at this. Look at the colour contrast between the two. This is just like the Senna. And of course it's not been finely lacquered. It's going to have the satin lacquer. But I tell you what, before we go into this in too much more detail...
Yeah, I was about to say.
In the meantime...
Exactly. So I've already recorded a lot whilst you've been away. I'm doing a bit more for our YouTube channel anyway, but I thought I'd do a bit more that you can roll and you can show on your channel.
So guys, let's have a watch of what Nabil's been up to while I've been off, travelling around a little bit, and how the G63 progress has been going.
Hi everyone, good to be back on the channel. I've hijacked the camera from Tim. I'm going to go over and have a look at his car to see exactly what stage we're going through with the Topaz skin process. I'm super excited about it to see what it's going to look like once it's done. Okay, so let's go have a look at it. The car is now in the booth, as you can see behind me. We've got the parts of the car masked up, waiting to get painted. We've got different bits as well that are going to be done as well. It's really, really cool. I'm excited to see what's going to look look like. So I think what we decided to do on the car, we're going to be doing a couple different stages. Some parts of it are obviously going to go in the cerulean blue, some parts are going to go in a darker blue to match the Senna. Now, again, what also we're going to be doing is to get through all the sections here to get a nice clean finish to make it look like a factory finished job, basically. And with these sections as well, as you can see, we basically make sure that we remove different parts of the car depending on the coverage that's required. So, I mean, you can actually apply topaz skin without having to remove any panels of the car, but then you're not going to get the finish that's going to be like a factory finish, because you are going to be able to see that there's some places where the material is not going to get to, and if it does get to that area, it won't be a clean finish like what we want it to be. So because our standards are so high here at Topaz, we want to make sure that if you are going to get topaz skin done, you cannot tell that it's been done here. It looks like it's been done at the factory, which is really, really important to us. With the timeline on the car, it's very, very short. Obviously, Goodwood Festival of Speed is around the corner. We have to obviously try to limit the amount of work that's happening on the car to be able to get the car done for that time. So, but we'll see what we can do and what we can achieve in that time frame. So let's go, let's see what happens. Good morning, it's another day has gone past and we are now getting closer to actually putting some paint on the car. I wanted to just show you before we start spraying it, the amount of detail that goes into the masking stages, and I'm going to keep this very brief, but just to show you the levels of masking that we do. We have different stages, different materials being used. We also have different masking paper that's also being used in different elements. Each one of these areas are obviously going to be masked off, and then you have a second section of masking that goes over with it, like what it looks like a cutting tape. So it's super extensive in terms of just the masking of the vehicle, let alone the actual process of painting it, etc. But hey, it's one of those things we have to do to be able to get a really good finish. So let me just show you the next stage, which is going to be when we start spraying it. Let me show you what else we have in the workshop at the moment that we're currently working on topaz skin. We have at the moment a Nero design Urus. So the story with this car is that it's actually the customer has a Aventador S in the same color, which is a bespoke color from the factory, and he's asked us to get it to be matched exactly. So we did that. We changed the calipers also to orange, from black to orange, but anyway, that's a whole other story. But then the star of the show is this behind me. I don't know if you guys know what it is. I'm sure all of you would know what it is. It's a FXXK Evo. It's a LaFerrari originally, but it's basically the race car version of it. So what we're doing with this car is we're actually going to be changing this from this beautiful color, which is a stunning color anyway, but we're going to be changing it to white. And the reason being is because the owner also has a race car, as you've probably seen it around. It's a 488 challenge car, which is also in white, and it's got sky livery all over it. So we're going to be changing this to the same livery. So again, all in time for the Goodwood Festival of Speed. So this is going to be awesome. Can't wait. I don't know if you can see it through the window, but the guys are actually spraying the stage 1 and stage 2 of the product. This is the bit of the product that actually enables you to peel whatever that's above it off, essentially. So once you apply this product on, you then can put on any paint on top of it to be able to match whatever color you want, or any other manufacturer color, etc. This is basically the key stage of the technology of topaz skin. And once this is done, then you can literally just do whatever your mind wishes on top, whatever your imagination is. So yeah, this is a very, very important stage. And we're here in the mixing room, mixing up what I'd like to call up Shmee Blue. And as you can see, that's exactly what it starts to look like. So what happens is, essentially, we have all the different areas here, which I think we went over before. All the different tinters, they go into here. They get all the different grams go into it, and then at the end of it, you'll get exactly what cerulean blue is supposed to look like. The color is looking really, really good. Can't wait to see what it's going to look like whilst it's actually on the car. Okay, it's now a different stage of the process. I'm getting my overalls on and I'm about to go inside the booth. You're not allowed to go inside the booth unless you have overalls and you're fully protected. So it's going to be a funny sight. Okay, so I got my overalls on. I'm inside the booth and I'm about to show you what's exactly happened. So this stage, we have the car being white, as you can see it, and the reason why it's white is because this is like an undercoat. This is what needs to go on first to be able to hide all the black underneath, and then after that it'll be then putting on the actual color. So as you can see, all the parts have now been sprayed in this primer, I'd like to call it. The guy's going around making sure that everything is all sorted out on this section. There's nothing that needs to get rectified whilst it's being done at the moment. So, and after that, once that's fully done, we then start to spray the blue, and that's the bit that I think everyone wants to see, because that's the coolest bit. And the first dust coat is going on. I'm in the booth, I'm all dressed up, and it's ready to get some color on. As you can see, the first dust coats have all on now, and now we're going to put on the heavier coat. So time to see it transform. Hello all, some days have gone past now. Let's see what the update is. As you can see, parts have come out of the booth now, which is awesome. There you go. There's cerulean blue in all its glory. You can see it now. So with the stages on, so it's come out of the booth. What we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be sanding down the panels and potentially putting it back in the booth to get sprayed again, to get a clearer, less orange peely finish. And then on top of that, once that's done, we're going to then bring it out, sand it down again, and then start polishing it up again. It's a lot of work, but you get the desired result. And this, considering it's going on a G-Wagon, which the paint isn't very good from the offset anyway, as we talked about in the previous video, it will be a really nice improvement with this. So let's have a look. And here is the front bumper. As you can see, the lower section of the front bumper, that is the blue there, which is going to be matching Tim's carbon on his center. So it's starting to look good. I can't wait to see this put back together.
And back to the current day. Thank you very much for that. Well, what is going to happen next?
So we've gone through all the stages of the spraying section. Now we go through the stages of what's going to happen after it's been sprayed.
Yeah.
So obviously we're going around sanding all the panels to make sure that we're going to get a perfect finish. We're then going to be applying another coat of lacquer, gloss, or satin, depending on what we're going to do with it, obviously. And then also the small touches and details. Shall I show you?
Yeah, let's have a quick look.
Small details like this, for example, the side moldings, they're going to be obviously black, they're not going to stay this colour, so we need to peel all those off here as well. All the sections here as well, obviously the badges, they all peel off as well, which makes it obviously go back to the original chrome. And obviously a lot more touches and details, and then we need to paint correct it.
Sanding, that's from the first layer of paint.
Yeah, so basically you say, obviously the two stages of stage 1, stage 2 have gone on, the colour has gone on, a clear coat has gone on as well, and now we're sanding it, as you see now, it's matte, and then we're going to spray it again with another gloss. Okay. Another lacquer on top.
Okay, so obviously, I think many people watching will know that the intention is that the cerulean blue, the Schmie blue, will stay glossy.
Yep, exactly.
And then the darker blue is going to be satin.
Satin, exactly.
To mirror the dark blue carbon on the centre.
Yeah.
Now that's going to look, it's going to look so good. It's going to look so good. So of course, again, the V8 bi-turbo badges, those are all going to change. The wheels staying as they are, everything like that. And then it's kind of like a toy shop of different pieces. And I'm also going to mention as well, anything that might not look right, remember, like these pieces, they're all still work in progress at the moment. But wow, really cool. And the roof is masked off, the roof is staying gloss black.
Staying gloss black, exactly, yeah. Because we're going to have obviously the moulding being in black, that's going to be in black. You need to have that to tie it in, obviously. So.
Well, the centre has some parts as well, because the whole driver canopy on the centre, that was where my inspiration for this came in. Everything kind of like, how do you call it, shoulder line up? On the centre is all black.
Yeah,
the roof glass is piano black tinted.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Basically, it's still at the centre. It's going to look so good.
I want to see what this is going to look like when it's towing it. That's what I want to see.
Yes, open trailer, hooked up to the towing bar, which is under there somewhere at the back. Actually, it's probably been taken off, I guess, to get to the bumpers.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just loving looking at this. This was the right colour. This was the right colour. I would have loved the other option, but this is more of a correct and natural fit.
And it goes really well. I mean, you can look at it.
Yes.
When you're looking at the ones together, it's just amazing. The actual colours.
And when this is all peeled back as well, I think it's going to look so good. It looks so good. I'm excited.
Yeah. And we need to just have a look at the visuals. Will probably be in your next video to see what it looks like compared to the visuals to what it is in real life.
Yes, exactly.
That'd be cool to do.
Exactly. So there we have it. Progress update on what's happening with the G63 so far. I think we should talk a little bit more though about the elephant in the room, the Ferrari FXX-K Evo. Nabil, you have some ridiculous cars here at the moment.
Honestly, and it wasn't set up. It's pure and utter by coincidence. We've also got a couple other cars that are around the corner. They're not here yet.
Okay, so it gets even better.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, and this is also actually in for some Topaz skin, and you guys will be seeing more with this car on the channel very shortly, which I'm really excited about. Tempesta Racing, FXX-K Evo. Currently, well, it's going to be liveried, Topaz skinned and liveried.
Exactly, yeah. It's going to match the challenge car, so
which is amazing. But this thing's just crazy. It's just absolutely absurd, isn't it?
When it came in, it was switched on. And it literally, I was in the office and I heard it. I ran all the way downstairs thinking, what is this? What is that car? What is that car? And obviously, there's only one car which makes this noise, and it's this. So.
I mean, it's completely unrestricted. Ferrari don't build these to follow any racing regulations. They do whatever they want with it. But yes, I've just said there's going to be more with this coming very soon. So let's just head quickly back downstairs, just to quickly explore a little bit more. That is, of course, a very nice Senna. Some unique touches to it. Carrera GT, epic sounding V10, manual gearbox, Urus P1, and then the Koenigsegg Agera RSM. What an array of cars. Absolutely fantastic. Well, thank you very much. I'm just going to point out quickly, by the way, that Nabil has very kindly allowed me to come in at the weekend to do this update, to be able to show everything. Yeah. Hence why, if you're wondering why it's a little bit quieter than it would normally be with the whole team.
It is nice to be a bit quiet, though, isn't it? It's like nice coming here and nothing happening. It's actually quite therapeutic. Yeah.
But normally it would be very busy with all of the cars being worked on and all of the others you were mentioning that are currently in storage. But absolutely epic. I can't wait for what's going to be happening with the G63.
Yeah, me too.
So thank you very much for the clips. Also, guys, do head over and check the Topaz channel. If you aren't already following it, there are plenty more videos, some vlogs behind the scenes of some of the cars you have in, some really, really interesting and informative looks into the detailing and PPF processes as well.
Exactly.
Which I've quite enjoyed watching, because there are things that, I mean, I've spent a fair bit of time here, but there are things I didn't know too.
That's right.
But that's probably it for now.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be able to keep the progress reports coming as to what's happening between now and the end, and then we will be back to pick up the final look. Completed G63.
Can't wait to see what you think, and then also I can't wait to see them next to the Senna. It's just going to be
you know what? I'll come here in the Senna to pick it up.
Yeah,
let's do that, and let's also bring the sunshine. That's the bit we can't predict.
Hopefully.
Anyway, thank you very much, Nabil. Thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate your support as always. That's it for this time. I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.